gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, make it through the day, I'm right. It seems your meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster.
Hi, happy Sunday. Today's video is about Triumph Scrambler 400X, my ownership experience so far. I have ridden it for 13,000 kilometers, and I will give you my opinion today. The raw opinion, I'll not talk about specs and features because that's a public knowledge, you can find it anywhere, but this will be my experience with the motorcycle so far, Triumph Scrambler 400X. So stay tuned and feel free to leave your comment down below if I haven't discussed any pointers that you may think are relevant for you. Do comment and I will try to answer them all, and I'm sure many other riders would be happy to chime in as well. So yeah, enjoy the video and let me know your thoughts. Let's talk about the bike. The purpose of this video is to talk about the long-term ownership review of the bike. It's my personal experience. A lot of the things that I will talk about in the video will come from my own experience, my past riding history as well. So when I say maybe this bike is small or like light, it doesn't mean it's light for you as a viewer as well. It all depends on what is your riding history so far, like what other motorcycles have you ridden, and yeah, what is your overall riding experience so far. So yeah, take all of this with a grain of salt, and yeah, let's get into it. So I have had this motorcycle for a little over a year now. I bought this in December of 2023, so yeah, little over a year almost, and this has been ridden for over 13,000 kilometers now. The reason I bought this was because I took test ride of few of the vehicles, and the first time I sat on this motorcycle, I felt like, oh, this is something I want, like the riding posture, the characteristic of the engine, and the color itself, because this color I have seen in like the older OG Triumphs, Tigers. So the matte khaki green sort of caught my eye, and when I sat on the motorcycle took a test ride, it felt very reassuring to me, so much so that I just booked the motorcycle. I did not needed a motorcycle at the time. I didn't know I needed the motorcycle at the time, but yeah, I bought it and I fell in love with motorcycling back again. So yeah, that's the story how I bought this. So let's start with the engine first, because this is the highlight of this motorcycle. Engine should be highlight of any motorcycle. Yeah, I mean, that's my benchmark at least. So whenever I go to pick a motorcycle, there are a couple of things that are in my priority list: the engine, the riding triangle, the suspension. So these are the three most top characters that I look into a bike before I sort of consider them. So let's talk about engine characteristic. So this is 400cc liquid cooled engine. Triumph has made this engine very well designed. The whole power delivery is the USP of the engine, the way it delivers the power from right from the lower rev range to the higher ups. If you are a relaxed rider, if you are into touring, you will like this engine character a lot. This will also help you a lot on like soft roading, off-roading as well. So overall it depends on what kind of rider you are. If you are into like high revving sports genre of motorcycling, this may not resonate with you as much, but this is my type of engine. Like I really like these types of engine, like torquey, relaxed and powerful engines. So yeah, power delivery is very linear. So to the point where for some of you it may feel boring, but it depends on what kind of rider you are, what's your liking and what's not. So it's very linear, very easygoing, and yeah, on road you will feel very at ease with this motorcycle. You will love riding it if you are if you have very calm personality, very calm character as far as riding is concerned. You will love this motorcycle a lot, right? So, and it has enough juice that if you are cruising at like 80-90, it will you don't have to change the gears, and you just pick the throttle and it will take you up. So it has a lot of juice in all the rev range. And if you really want to know about the engine character of this bike, do not listen to the reviews, go and test ride it. The perspective of the engine, this has been very reliable so far. I think I spoke about this in my videos a couple of times, but this has been a solid motorcycle overall, not just from engine's perspective. Like, I have never experienced any breakdown so far. I have done some long tourings, like all day in like extreme peak summer of India on this motorcycle, and it has never complained so far with luggage, the pillion, very tall heavy set guys, and we have never had any issues, and always felt like, yeah, this bike will get us home. The ride quality, this is super important. This is something that I fell in love with first time. This is the reason I have this bike. Suspension is very well sprung. I will put the description. I don't remember. I think it's 180 in the front and 170 in the back. I could be wrong, but I will put in on my screen what's the actual travel on the front and the rear. But more than the travel itself, the way it has been sprung, the rebound, the compression, everything is like perfect for this use case. Like in off-roading, you will feel very confident, very at home. Same goes for highway as well. Yeah, they have done a really good job of it. The only suspension that I think is better in this whole segment is of Himalayans. Like they have the best in the segment. I think I wrote this and I was like, wow, I think they spend all of their R&D into the suspension. But this comes very close. I have not ridden the new 390 Adventure right now, so I'm not counting that in, but this suspension is very well sprung on the Scrambler, which gives you confidence in off-roading as well, on the roads, off-roading, any tarmac. So this is a good news. Tires and grip are very good in dry condition. So from factory, it came with MRF Rev ZK tires. They are very good on tarmac, on dry tarmac, not so good in wet conditions as far as my experience goes. They're not terrible, but they're not excellent as well. But on dry condition, they're very good. I feel very confident they stick to the road. So yeah, for touring, you will be happy with these tires. From soft roading perspective, again, you can make do with these tires. It's not so bad. Off-roading as well, I did a very minor off-roading with this so far. I did not feel any issue, to be honest with you. I did not think that I needed different tires with heavy blocks on it, especially for off-roading. But these are not off-roading tires, you can see. So yeah, tires are very good, like as good as they get while coming from the factory. So you'll be happy with that as well. Suspension, right? So I just a quick point on suspension. So it soaks up all the bumps, minor bumps in the city that you ride through for your daily commute. In my ownership year, all this year, like I have ridden this, my brother has ridden this, never once we have bumped our oil sump into the speed breakers or anything for that matter so far, because of the ground clearance and the way the suspension is sprung, right? So even if you have like a lot of ground clearance, and if your suspension is like too soft in the name of comfort, you will hit this for sure. I had that problem with my Transalp, but like, to be fair, I have installed like center stand, so a big engine sump guard, so that adds to the factor. But this, I feel very confident. I have never, like, I didn't have to even think about it, so it's very good as far as suspension goes. And the city normal city pumps, it absorbs very good. I was very impressed. I'm still impressed to this day. Next topic I just wanted to touch upon is build quality and durability. Of course, it's only been 1 year, but build quality is one of the main highlights of this motorcycle as far as I am concerned. This has held up so good all this while. Each and every part, like fit and finish, if you look closely on this motorcycle, everything has been finished perfectly as you would see anything in this price segment. And yeah, I was very happy with this. If you look at this motorcycle, you will be very happy. So fit and finish from the like cosmetic perspective is very good, but functionally as well, they hold up very good. Excellent. Like, I have never had any issues so far. We have ridden this very extensively. Not a sound so far, weird bolt sound, yeah, nothing came off so far. No loose bolts. By the way, the bolts itself, they have like in the different type of bolt which kind of sticks to the thread. So overall, motorcycle has held up very good so far, and we have tested this, we have pushed this in all terrain so far for all day, all temperature, except cold temperature, by the way. So we have not ridden it in extreme cold so far, so that's something I will hold my judgment off on for now. Ergonomics and controls. Again, ergonomic on this motorcycle is something that's the key highlight, something that sort of attracted me in the first place when I sat on this motorcycle. The rider triangle is very perfect, at least for my height. I'm 6 foot, exactly 6 foot, so when I sit on this, I feel right at home. We do have installed the handlebar raisers because I thought I needed them for my height still, but you can make do without it. The right hand triangle is very good anyway. So the foot pegs are in a very neutral position, very good position, not too far further back, not too further front, right where it should be. The handlebar position, the height of it, even from factory, these triangle has been like well thought of, I would say. So if you are anywhere above 5'8", 5'10", I think you should be feel right at home. I do have heard like many people complaining about the height of this. So this seat height is 835 mm. It all depends on what your comfort with motorcycle is. Even if I've seen shorter people ride this motorcycle like way comfortably than I ever could, so it depends. So yeah, when we are talking about ergonomics and comfort, so one thing that comes into like conversation naturally is wind protection. As you can see, this is kind of a scrambler looking motorcycle, like purpose built for scrambling. Not naked as well, but like not fully faired as well. So you can see that there are no fairings as such. Windscreen is like for aesthetic. So yeah, there's going to be wind blast. You will not feel right at home if you're used to touring. So you will feel wind blast, but you get used to it. It's not bothersome at all. It's not a deal breaker, so let's put it that way. It's not a deal breaker as far as touring goes. But yeah, the wind blast, it's open body, there are no fairings, so yeah, you'll have some wind onto your body. So that's there. Okay, maintenance and service of this motorcycle. So parts availability was sort of an issue back when I bought this motorcycle first. It's no longer an issue as far as what I'm hearing in the forums. And in the past also, the availability issue was only with the extra accessories like windscreen, the high fender, etc. Nothing very crucial for that matter. So I think all of that has been resolved to a point where they're giving there was an offer recently where they were giving it for free. Accessories worth 12,000. So good news. My only jibe as far as maintenance and service goes is like I have not been super happy with the service engineers so far. Like the way Triumph has set up their service in Bangalore, I always feel wanting some more. Like so some of my friends who own Tiger, they don't get their bike serviced in Bangalore at all. They ride all the way to Chennai for service alone. So that should paint you a picture. So service engineers, the whole service experience is something that Triumph could improve upon for sure. Yeah, reliability is something that I'm very impressed with. If this bike was not reliable, the Triumph service center folks will be in trouble for sure. I know this bike had some stalling issue initially, and apparently that was fixed with some updates that came out. I did not have those issues on my motorcycle, fortunately, because I bought the motorcycle right after they released an update for that stalling issue. So yeah, the chain, the sprocket, everything has held so far so good. The lights are not so good. That's the reason I installed Mad Dog lights on it. There's a JC spotlight as well, but yeah, headlight is no good. Off-road capabilities of this bike. The ground clearance paired with the suspension plays a big role in how well this bike handles itself in off-road or soft-road conditions. I have taken it to some of the technical trails, and it fared very well for what it could do at the time. And soft-roading, it's piece of cake for this one. All of the I know tires, the rubbers that you have, it plays a big role. So rubbers are not like excellent, but they're not bad as well. So they're okay as far as off-roading is concerned. Suspension is well sprung, so well sprung that it handles well on highway, it handles well in off-roading as well. And the ground clearance itself, so you will be at peace of mind while off-roading that you're not going to hit your sump guard or decat into you're not going to hit your sump guard or catalytic converter that we have in BS6 these days jumping out of the body. So yeah, that's good, and you feel very confident on the bike if the suspension holds itself very well. So you get all the feedback that you need, but not to a point where the bike sort of disbalances. So it has held up so far so good. If somebody wants to even increase the off-roading capability of the bike, I would say change the rubbers on this one, and you will see the difference right away. But these are okay, not too bad. The only time they get exposed is I think when the tarmac is wet, and of course you cannot ride a wet trail on this one for sure. Yeah, so the ownership cost, I'm not very good at keeping scores or keeping account of expenses. I'm getting better at it, but like all I would say is I got this motorcycle for 3,50,000 in Bangalore on road. If you get it from Tamil Nadu or some other state, you get it for cheaper, and if you get insurance from yourself outside, you get it even for cheaper. So the ownership cost as far as service goes, I think on an average I think 2,000 is the average service cost. I have also spent 5,000 one time, and I have also spent like 900 one time. So average cost has ranged between 2,000 Indian rupees whenever I took this to the service center. The good thing about this motorcycle is the service interval is really long, like 10,000 kilometers. Then I think it's the other one is on 11,000 kilometers. The other service interval is on I think 20,000 25,000. So service intervals are really long, so that actually speaks to the confidence that Triumph and Bajaj has on this motorcycle. And yeah, I think that I agree with them. Like it has been super reliable, at least mechanically for me. Pros and cons of this motorcycle. So one of the pros that stayed with me till this date is how well this looks, the matte finish. Although the service center, they did a glossy ceramic coating on this, so it has lost its matte touch, but it looks very good when it's matte. So the fit and finish overall, as far as aesthetics goes and also functionally, they have held up so well so far. And other pro is just the riding triangle, the wider handlebar, the foot peg position, the seat height. All of this plays very well into ergonomics. So riding triangle is something, ergonomics is something, a very big pro of this bike. And the biggest pro of this bike is its engine. That's why you should buy this motorcycle for, I would say, alone. The three big pros for me is the engine itself, the engine character, the way engine holds up, the way engine delivers the power, the ergonomics, the riding triangle, the wide set handlebars, the foot peg, all of that, and the fit and finish of the motorcycle and reliability. Like these are three big pros for me. And you will not I had not felt like, oh, I should not have bought this bike. So yeah, this bike is actually what got me back into motorcycling. This is the reason that I got back into motorcycling. This is the reason I have Transalp now. So yeah, that's how good that engine is. That's how good this motorcycle overall is. A con of this motorcycle, I have not found many, but I will tell you what I don't like. The first of all, wind protection or weather protection is one of the cons, if you'd say so. It's not a deal breaker, but it's I think it's still a con, considering how good that engine is and what it can do. It can tour, it can off-road. So yeah, I would be really happy if Triumph sort of builds a Tiger 400 based on this platform, where it has some fairing, some good windscreen, all that wind protection. So yeah, the other con I would say is, if you see the wheelbase, it's not too long. So sometimes if you are if you're a well built person, if you're tall, and if you have a pillion that's equally well built, you will feel cramped on space. So for that reason, I think ADV 390 from KTM and the Himalayan 450, they have longer wheelbase and more space for luggage. So I think that's something that's missing here. It has not been a deal breaker so far. We have done, me and my brother both are 6 feet and well built, and we have been able to carry luggage and tour on this before Transalp came. So of course, yeah, other con was, I would say, yeah, my service experience so far. I mean, they're very well behaved, they talk to you well, but I feel like, yeah, they could do a better job, put some attention on the motorcycle. I mean, they're trying to improve. The service experience now is far better than what I experienced a year ago. So it's all well and good so far, but yeah, they should improve. I understand it's a mass produced motorcycle and they don't have a lot of workshops, as opposed to what Bajaj has. But yeah, if you're selling a motorcycle, you should sort of make a plan about it. So my summary on this motorcycle and verdict: would I buy this again? Would I recommend to you? Should I recommend to you? If I had to do it again, would I still get this motorcycle? So first question, if I had to do it all over again, would I still buy this? Probably yes. Yeah, I'll still buy this because of the comfort, because of the engine character, because all of this resonates with me, my riding style so much. So I will still buy this motorcycle over Himalayan. I think the current version of Himalayan. I have not ridden the newer KTM 390 yet, so but yeah, I will still buy this over Himalayan and the outgoing ADV 390 for sure. And is like, should you buy this? If you, so this is like all-in-one motorcycle, like it's kind of a one garage motorcycle, let's put it that way. Like if you can have it for city commuting as well, because like if you buy bigger Tigers like Transalps, so I'll talk about that in a different video, but you can commute on this motorcycle in city as well for your day-to-day work. You can tour on it, you can go off-roading, soft-roading as well. I mean, off-roading not as well as Himalayan or Expulses, but yeah, you can still get away with this. You will have fun on this motorcycle, that's for sure. Yeah, if you want a motorcycle that can do it all, and the engine character like resonates with you, you're a calm person, like you like joy of riding, like when on highway, the low end torque, the fit and finish, the ergonomics, if all of that matters to you, you will love this motorcycle, I think. So yeah, I would recommend this to you, because I will recommend this to my family. If somebody in my family came and asked me, in fact my brother, he will now be riding this motorcycle primarily, so I have asked him to sell his, he had a KTM Duke 250, so I've asked him to sell that off and use this motorcycle instead. So yeah, if somebody asked me, I would give them the same advice. If you are in the market for sub 500 cc motorcycle, I would say get this one, or maybe second closest would come Himalayan, as because it's purpose built. You can commute on that, you can do all of that. So but reliability, like I have not had good experience with Himalayan, like Royal Enfield in general so far, but that doesn't mean you should not own it. So everybody's perspective is different. So I know some people who have had trouble with this motorcycle, so let not that be a blocking factor for you. Go test ride. If you like the motorcycle, book it. So yeah, I will still buy this motorcycle over Himalayan and outgoing KTM 390. If I would still recommend this to you over like Highness, CB 350 RS, KTM 390. Himalayan and this is very close because Himalayan has very good suspension, like they're longer beasts. Like you can do a lot more with Himalayan for sure. I would not recommend this bike to someone who likes like high revving engines, who are like who have ridden sports bike historically, especially like high compression sports bike. So you may not like this motorcycle, like after initial couple of months you get bored of it. So keep that in mind. So take a test ride. If you have a friend, ride with them, take the motorcycle and just ride, or go to a showroom and ask them for a test ride, longer test ride. So that's the only point I would say. Well, I think that's it for the video. I know I did not speak about like exact figures, exact feature numbers, because that's all there on the internet. I will not bring any unique perspective to it, and feel free to comment in the down below. And if you have any questions, if you feel like you needed to ask something I missed in the video, do ask in the comments. I will try to answer them all. I'm sure somebody else can answer them for you as well in the comment, fellow riders. But yeah, go enjoy, happy riding, have a good one, bye.